Welcome to Power Word Crit. After the long time of dealing with pests.
Darn those pests.
By the way, we were dealing with pests.
There was a plague in the Egyptian sense.
They come into your house, into your homes. I can't.
Get that song out of here.
Hans Zimmer went way too hard on that. But back on topic, we ended up changing up the room because we literally had to pull everything out and then we put it back in. And this is actually a sound test.
It's weird. I can actually see Neil's face.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, we have a whole new setup.
Normally we're next to each other.
Oh, that's right. I forget. It's been so long.
Yes. It's been literal 3 months.
Yep. We are attempting to do Daggerheart today. And instead of trying to come up with characters, we decided to do the pre-gens. There were 5, 6 to choose from, something like that. And they chose 3. So let's go around the table and introduce your character and your class.
Hi, I'm Ashlyn. I'm playing Marlo Fairwind, a Loreborn elf, and she is a primal origin sorcerer.
I'm Ander, and I'm playing Kari Nix, who is a Ridgeborn giant of the Guardian class.
I'm Neil, and I'm playing Varian Soto, a wildborn Qatari who is a wayfinder.
They, them pronouns.
They, them, yes.
So you have your ancestry, you have your class, but there's also something called your community. Can you guys explain what your community is?
We have little handy cards to tell us these little things.
Thank you, Daggerheart.
Marlo is from a Loreborn community. A Loreborn community means that you're part of a society that favors strong academic or political prowess. It also gives me a neat feature where I have advantage on roles that involve history, culture, or politics of a prominent person or place. Might be helpful in whatever upcoming task we have to do.
That's cool.
Thank goodness we have one potentially people person.
Kari is Ridgeborn, so that means she's from like a mountain community. Being part of a Ridgeborn community means that you've called the rocky peaks and sharp cliffs of the mountainside home. The ability that comes with being Ridgeborn is steady. You have advantage on rolls to traverse dangerous cliffs and ledges, navigate harsh environments, and use your survival knowledge. Outdoors and difficult terrain, tricky stuff.
And Varian was raised in a wildborn community, born and raised by a clan hidden deep within the forest. And as a special feature of being a wildborn, they are lightfoot. Their movement is naturally silent, and they have an advantage on rolls to move without being heard.
We are going to run the Quick Start module. It's in part of the Quick Start guide. I'm going to add a few things. I'm going to subtract a few things just because this, again, is a playtest. We don't know what we're doing, so I tried to make this as simple as possible where we can get as many types of action rolls and combat and things as we possibly can in this one-shot. So we'll see how we do.
Cool.
Let us do an introduction to the module.
Oh.
Marlo Fairwind, the right-hand sorcerer of King Immersed, has gathered her most trusted allies to carry an important package to Hush.
It's a porcupine.
It's a porcupine, yep. A small village within the ancient forest of Sablewood. The crate is large, heavy, and sealed with magic.
That's a large porcupine.
Addressed to the Whitefire Arcanist. All of you have been given a map and a carriage and the promise of reward upon your arrival. When you guys are creating your characters, in this case, the characters have already been created, one of the things that you guys do during either session 0 or session 1 or during gameplay is create connections between you guys. So on each of your character sheet, there is a section that says connections.
Imagine that.
I think they are different for everybody. So let's do some connections. How do you guys know each other?
I have 3 suggested sentences for potentially 3 other characters I know. I want to be more like you. I'm worried you're better than me. And we tell each other everything. I think I would like Kari to be the person I'm worried is better than me. And perhaps Marlo is the person I tell everything to.
Why do you think Kari is better than you? What was the situation that made you think this?
Can I give you some context here from off the character sheet?
Absolutely.
When they pre-built these characters, they gave some characteristics about them, and on the character overview, it says that Kari is loyal to the end. With a dry sense of humor, she will suffer no fools. Kari was practically born with an axe in her hand. She's a giant, too. She's, like, enormous. Probably, like, in the 8 to 9 feet tall.
Very tall.
So maybe the height.
Height, stature, strength, the armor, and do you have a shield?
No, she does not carry a shield, only her battle axe.
Okay. Big frontliner, gets in everyone's faces, and maybe just a little bit of jealousy stems from there.
She is super cool.
Yeah, it's
She's
very
so
true.
Cool.
There is also some description of Varian. Varian is a shoot first, ask questions later problem solver. Any problem that can't be solved with a bow isn't a problem yet.
Marlo Fairwind is the personal mage to King Immersed and is responsible for bringing the group together. She appears calm until she isn't.
Interesting.
So Varian, why do you tell everything to Marlo?
They are very smart, and she has not lied to me while I have been in the city. Is very trustworthy and always tells me things I need to know. If it is problem, is told to me and I shoot it.
It's a very good reason.
Yeah.
Marlo, what are your connections?
I trust you with my life. I once considered you close, and I owe you a favor. I want to owe Varian a favor.
Ooh, okay.
What was that favor?
Varian saved Marlo's life once. It was kind of very inconsequential, not necessarily life-threatening, but it felt like it could have been the end of her social life. She made a social faux pas that could have gone very, very badly.
Maybe it was like in the court or something like that, and Varian was able to give some extra context, or like, oh no, we actually took care of that.
Possibly.
This is all just ammo for flashbacks.
Yep. And then I trust Kari with my life.
Why?
Kari has demonstrated herself as being very strong and reliable. This is not the first mission that we have been on, and anytime that I've had concerns, Kari has dealt with them efficiently.
Expeditiously.
Yes.
Efficiently.
I like all of those alliterative words.
All right, connections for Kari. Varian said that worried that I'm better than you. My connections are, we both want the same thing. I'm trying to impress you. And you're my childhood friend. Kari is like a kindred spirit of like, oh, we're both come from the wilds and we're like both cool fighters. I want to do cool stuff because I think Varian is super neat and I want to impress them.
Look how cool I am. I promise I'm cool.
I'm cool enough to hang with you.
Kari, trying to make friends. Varian, worried about her job employment status. If they are better than me, I could be fired or let go or not asked to go out on the next hunt. That is a problem.
Maybe Marlo is a childhood friend?
Could explain why I trust you with my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe Marlo came to the mountain village.
Maybe I did some of my learning there to expand my magical knowledge.
Maybe there was like a sage or something like that you had come to learn from.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, so you guys have the package in tow. You have the carriage and you have a map. We're gonna roll some action rolls for the journey. Action rolls, they are similar to skill checks in D&D. If you want to do something that could shape the game in a positive or negative way, roll your duality die. Now your duality die are 2 different color D12s. One color you will assign as your hope, and the other you will assign fear. By the way, everyone's holding up their different dice to show me which colors they are, and I will never remember. So,
Presenting. I mean, you don't have to look at them anyways.
I think we all chose like a dark, cool color for the fear and a bright, warm color for the hope.
Gee, I wonder why we did that.
I have yellow and blue.
And I have pinkish red and green.
Just like in D&D, the GM will set the DC, which is the difficulty challenge. In Daggerheart, if the DC is set to 10, it's an easy roll. 15 is about medium, 20 is hard, 25 is very hard, 30 is nigh impossible.
Forgot 5, very easy.
At that point, you shouldn't be rolling. GM sets the DC, and then you guys roll. When you roll your 2d12, your duality dice, you guys will total up the amount on those dice and then add your modifier for the skill or the action type you are using. And then you tell me which color die rolled higher. Was it your hope or your fear dice? These traits and abilities that you guys will be rolling for these actions are agility, strength, finesse, instinct, presence, and knowledge. You guys start with 2 hope tokens, and I start with fear equal to the amount of players, so I start with 3 fear. Now, you guys will never have to worry about gaining fear. Fear is only for the GM. Hope is only for you guys.
So when we roll our dice and hope is the higher, we get a hope. What happens if fear is the higher one?
Then I gain a fear. I add it to my pile.
And what's your max of fear tokens you can have?
12.
Oh, fun.
That feels like that's potentially a problem.
Yeah, and I can use these against you however I want.
Oh, you can? Oh, well.
We use hope to activate our special abilities, and the GM gets to use their fear to spotlight monsters or to interrupt us in between turns, because as long as we keep rolling well with hope, we can keep going. But if we ever roll with fear, then the turn goes back over to the game master. But they can also spend a fear to and not a bad thing. It doesn't have to be activating a monster. It could be showing that there's troubles on the way, or your food spoils, or
You slip
some
on a
problem.
rock.
Yeah.
But Ander, it's rude to interrupt people.
Not when I have fear in my pocket.
Yeah.
Rats!
I think that's just life.
Mhm.
You think you're going to have a wonderful time recording episodes, and then pests invade your home.
We're going to go around, and I'm going to have you guys roll an action roll. Describe what you're doing on your journey to the Sablewood Forest, and what action would you like to roll for it?
Marlowe is leading this expedition. She is on the road looking for any threats that may come across the party and try to see them before they happen so that she can warn Varian and Kari with enough notice.
Let's have you roll instinct.
Excellent. Exactly what I was going for.
This is a fiction first game, so it's whatever we say we are
Yes.
doing, and then we figure out what the role is.
And your DC is going to be 10.
I rolled 15 with hope.
Because you rolled 15 and your highest dice color was hope, you gain a hope.
And I can only have up to 6 at a time.
Correct. There are 5 different outcomes you guys can get in this game. Ashlyn got a success with hope, which means you do the thing and gain a hope token. The players continue to hold the spotlight. All is well. There is no danger as you guys are traveling to the Sablewood. You encounter different flora and different fauna, but none seem to want to eat you or prey on you or stab you.
It's still early into the mission.
That deer looks suspicious.
That deer is staring at you.
That deer is standing on 2 legs.
It disappears. It disappears.
Did it walk backwards into the bushes?
You don't know. It just disappeared. Remember, all is well. It did
Oh.
not come after you.
Oh, okay. Fog
All
must
is
have
well.
appeared.
You could spend a fear to show an incoming threat that the deer does.
I could, but I don't want to ruin your success with hope
Sure.
right now.
Mhm.
Okay, that's fair.
Varian, what are you doing during this time?
What kind of a carriage is this? Is this like a closed carriage and the box is inside?
Yes.
Like a wagon?
Yes.
A covered wagon?
Yes.
That seems most likely.
Are we going back to Horde of the Dragon Queen days?
Yes.
The covered wagon holding Kurt's body
It's a big crate.
full of a giant porcupine because no one has said otherwise yet.
Schrodinger's porcupine. You don't know what's in there until you open it. So what is Varian doing?
Varian is doing his best to remain quiet and hidden within the wagon so that it looks like there's not as many people on the wagon or around or guarding it, so that if something were to happen, he would potentially have the upper hand.
Let's roll finesse.
Ooh.
DC 10.
That is an 11 with fear.
That is a success with fear. You do the thing. You are very hidden. Nobody seems to notice that you are inside this carriage. But the GM gains a fear token and adds a complication that pushes the story forward. So I add 1 fear to my pile. I've got 4 now. Normally it's not peaceful here. Usually there's like bandits or beggars. And as you're going through these towns, you seem to notice that deer. That weird deer with weird antlers, just staring at you with its big red eyes. But then you blink and it's gone.
Did anyone else see the deer over in the wood line?
Again?
You mean the deer from like 2 hours ago?
Yes.
Where was it? Do you want me to go after it?
I would not go after it. I have good news. It has character development. It has red eyes now.
Oh, the red-eyed deer.
What do you mean, the red-eyed deer? You know about this?
I've seen them before.
You've seen them.
Have you? Let's do an ability roll.
I want to recall knowledge of the things that I know about the red-eyed deer.
Let's do it. Your DC is 10.
Okay. I ended up with an 11 with fear.
I'm having concerns about our consistency with rolling fear versus hope.
I gain a fear. And you do know something about this deer. What is some unfortunate thing that you know about the red-eyed deer?
Long ago, there was a sorcerer in this land who was once purported to be very beneficial, but their magic that they were using to get the animals to help the community eventually twisted and turned some of them. There was a great purge of said creations, but the deer, they are the sole remnants of this dark magician's power and taint on the land. They are a plague upon the people. They're rare, but they are a terrible arcane force, twisted creature.
I am going to add to that. Something that you know about the red-eyed deer is when it makes eye contact with somebody, you have become its mark. And it will hunt you until it gets you.
Therein, you saw its red eyes.
Yes.
Did it see your eyes? Did you lock eyes with it?
I don't remember entering a staring contest with it, no.
This does not bode well for our trip.
If it comes back again and gets too close, I can shoot it. It's fine.
I mean,
Maybe we just operate under the assumption that it made eye contact.
there is more to the eye contact. It is a bad omen. They track their quarries. If you have connected eyes with it, it has marked you.
Varian pokes his head outside of the covered wagon and looks around.
Kari has been behind the wagon. She's tall enough that sitting in it is not very feasible. It would be a strain on our mule?
Oxen?
Horse.
Something interesting about this world is that it's very Avatar The Last Airbender-esque. So you could have like an eel and an alligator. So like an eeligator.
It's a horned horse.
A horned horse.
Like a goat horse.
I like goat horse.
I will keep watch out here. Do you want to come out with us?
I think I should stay inside the wagon because yes.
Much harder to ambush you with you inside?
I don't leave any tracks by staying on the inside.
Fair, although don't know that they follow by tracks.
That is not a me problem, I don't think.
Not yet.
You
As they wave their finger.
You focus on driving the carriage. Make sure the goat horse doesn't go off track.
You guys round the bend. It's evening. Your group has finally made it to the Sablewood, a sprawling forest of colossal trees some say are even older than the forgotten gods themselves. It's a place renowned for two things: its sunken pathways that provide the trade routes for many traveling merchants, and its unique hybrid animals. Even now, from within your carriage, you can hear strange sounds, the low calls of the lark moths, a croak of the lemur toads, the skittering of a family of fox bats in the underbush. Marlo, you are driving, correct?
Yes.
You've noticed something unique about the look of the trees here in Sablewood. What is it?
The bark on the trees have more of a velvet texture than wooden bark. So more soft and plush rather than hard and scrapey.
Isn't sable black in color? So we have black velvet trees?
Sure.
I don't know, all I know is Sableye from Pokemon, and it's kind of black. It's got gems on its butt.
Dark brown.
Okay, sure.
Dark brown, black.
Like chocolate.
In the dark, it's about the same color.
You guys enter the wood. As your goat horse pulls the carriage around a light corner.
Our goat horse's name is Clopper, by the way.
Clopper.
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 Yes.
As Clopper pulls the carriage around a tight corner, one wheel coming off the ground for just a moment, you see an overturned merchant's cart lying sideways in the path before you, blocking your way. A scattering of fruits and vegetables litter the trail. From around the side of the carriage steps a Strix wolf, a large creature with the body of a wolf, the face of an owl, and large wings adorning its back. It finishes chewing its meal, the hand of a dead merchant, as it stares at you, curious, trying to judge whether you're friend or foe.
Varian, you know animals?
Yes.
We have something worse than a deer, possibly.
Varian pokes his head out and looks at it.
So what's your vibe?
It's already eaten. We scare it away, move wagon off of roadway, and we keep going.
Scared away? Kari flexes a bit.
I was just going to shoot an arrow by its head and make it scuttle off into the woods.
I'm not scared of anything. I would like to rush the wolf to try and scare it off by being a bigger threat.
Or we could do that.
And I would like to invoke my experience of not being afraid of anything to get an additional +2.
Okay, I think this is a presence roll. Charm, perform, or deceive. Let's see how you do on this.
Okay, Kari's got a 0 to presence, but I'm spending a hope. So I have 1 remaining of my 2 from the start of the session. So I have +2.
Can I offer to spend hope to help and add a d6 to this?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what do you do?
Keep your arms over your head. It's afraid of big things.
Oh, I'm big. Corin, how big is this critter, did you say?
This critter is large.
Horse size? Or
It's a
wolf
little bit
size?
bigger than a horse.
Okay.
Whoa, okay.
It's DC 10.
I ended up with an 11 with my +2, so my experience saved me here. With hope. 11 with hope.
So you gain a hope, and the DM is going to finish the last 2 sentences
Okay.
that you guys didn't let me finish.
Oh.
As you are waving your hands and making loud, startled noises, the Strix wolf moves back, startled. You see behind it 2 clumsy pups watching you cautiously. She stumbles over one of them. It squeaks in pain. And
In pain?
yeah, she accidentally stepped on her pup.
Oh.
And in panic, she grabs her pups by the scruff of their necks and flies up into a tree. You did manage to scare it off, but it didn't go very far. It looks like it's going to be watching you for a bit.
Well, okay, that worked. I guess we move the cart now?
Looking down at the former owner of the cart, it appears to be, you said there was a merchant's arm?
Hand.
Hand? So,
Yeah.
Is there more merchant or just hand?
There's the dead driver with a mangled arm. Looks like he's pretty picked over. You can tell that the area is stripped of all its valuables. And did one of you want to inspect the body?
Kari is certainly doing that.
I would like to help with this. With you inspecting, I don't know, would you be inspecting more of the natural things, like the animal bites or something? Because Marlo wants to investigate the surrounding area. She thinks it's weird that the valuables are missing because a wild animal wouldn't steal valuables.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do this. Marlo, please roll an instinct to search the surrounding area.
Okay.
Kari, I think this would be a knowledge for you. It's an analyze. You're analyzing the body,
Yeah, maybe trying to figure out what happened here.
or maybe instinct as well for you.
They're both +1. She's trying to figure out what happened. Was this an attack by the Strix wolf? Is that what we said?
Yes.
See, I feel like we're wanting the same information, but we're going about it different ways, and that's why I was trying to do a help.
I will tell you that according to the module, this is 2 different roles.
Okay.
Okay.
So searching
Yeah.
the surrounding area is different than inspecting the body.
Okay, that's fair.
Interesting.
And just to be clear with Ashlyn, is that what you're intending to
Yes,
do?
I am looking at the area. I'm specifically looking at like the cart and the surrounding areas, not the body.
Okay, yeah.
So both of you roll instinct. Kari, you can choose knowledge or instinct depending how you want to determine that.
I'm going to say knowledge. You look for details to figure out the what and why.
Kari, your DC, just checking the merchant, your DC is going to be 10. And Marlo, yours for surrounding the area, because it's dark outside, is going to be 15.
You want to go first?
Sure. 14 with hope.
You gain a hope.
Hooray.
Meanwhile, back on the wagon. Hey, Valiant, would you mind staying with the cart while we go look around at the dead thing and see if there's anything funny about it? Sure, no problem. I don't mind. I'll stay here with the funny box with sealed clothes by myself after maybe being hunted by a deer with red eyes. Sure, it's fine.
That was your choice.
Yeah, you did great. Good job. Kari, you gain a hope, and you notice that while the body has been picked over, the driver has a big gash on its neck.
So picked over in like an animal scavenger way, or picked
As in the
over
strict
as
wolf
in
has
like
been
looted?
eating it.
Okay.
But one thing doesn't make sense. The neck has a gash that would not be consistent with a Strix Wolf attack.
It's not a bite attack. It's
not
different...
a bite. It's not a claw. It's a little too thin and a little too clean.
So it looks more like a blade or something.
Arlo, roll your instinct, please. Your DC is 15.
Ooh. Yikes, fam. Okay, that's a total of 5 with fear.
Drama.
Ooh.
Drama.
So failure with fear. It's like a double whammy.
It's the worst roll.
Hold up. I gotta go back to my other pages. Hold on.
I was really hoping to roll doubles.
That's a critical.
I know. I wanted to explain it.
Failure with fear. You do not do the thing.
Nope.
And the GM gets to do something awful. Mwahaha.
And you get a fear.
Cool. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now.
Nice.
You're halfway there.
Whoa, living on a prayer.
I think I'll be living on a prayer.
You're looking around. It's a little weird that the valuables are gone, but the apples are still there. The food's still there. There's a couple clothing pieces that are still there. And as you're looking, and Kari, as you notice this blade mark, in a whirlwind of cracking branches and unsheathed blades, a group of 4 thistle folk jump out from the bush alongside the road. The overturned cart was an ambush. They stand before you, weapons drawn, blocking the road. You guys are being ambushed.
No!
Because you did not spot them, they get to use their cool reaction called ambush. Go figure.
Of
That's
course.
a good action.
Having the upper hand, the three thistlefolk ambushers rush you. I'm gonna have a real hard time not saying ambushers.
You've ruined yourself.
I've ruined myself. Because of their ambush feature, they get to make an attack immediately. This only happens when they enter the scene, so it won't be like this every time. But right now, they are slashing at you with daggers, protected by armor made of polished stones. 3 of them are going to rush into the fray, daggers a-slashing and definitely going for some ouchies.
So
One of
would this
them-
be considered very close range?
This would be very close range. They can smell your breath,
Okay.
As opposed to close.
which is I can smell your fart inside the room. They are up close and you can smell their breath and they can smell your breath and it's real gross. So 2 of them are going to attack Marlo. The first one with the brown cloak is going to take the dagger and slash up towards your neck. Now the cool thing is I, as the GM, roll a d20, so my rolls are going to vary wildly.
We use a bell curve with our 2 dice, and you'd use just the single.
Yes, I do. So I'm gonna roll. Brown cloak rolled a 3.
Hey,
I have to give you my evasion, yes?
Yeah, so it's 3 against your evasion.
How do I know what my evasion is?
There should be a number next to
there
evasion.
it is. My evasion is 10. Looks like they are having trouble seeing here in the dark, and I see the swing coming for me very big and wildly, so I sidestep and use my dual staff to guide the blade away from my face.
The one in the brown cloak says something, And the one in the blue responds, and he also takes his dagger and goes to slash at you.
Okay.
Against your cheek this time.
Nah.
That is a 3 again.
As I'm swinging my dual staff at one, what are these things called again?
Thistlefolk. They're frog people.
Oh, you hadn't described that yet.
I have
we
not.
just
I just
didn't
thought
know.
they were made of wood or something. As I am swinging my dual staff at one thistlefolk, it rebounds on the other end to swipe the other sword in a different direction to avoid hitting me.
It gets him in the knee and he stumbles to the ground.
Kari is standing by the cart. She had been stooped over when all these guys rushed in on her. And Marlo is nearby, and now she's surrounded by these 3 thistlefolk, these frog people.
The one in the red cloak is going to come up behind you and try to stab you in the back.
My evasion is 8. She's big and easy to hit, but she's got good defense.
That's a 19.
That's definitely a hit.
You take 15 points of damage as this thing stabs you in the back.
My minor damage threshold is 9, so any damage less than 9 would be a minor hit. I would take 1, and my major damage threshold is 17. And so this fits in the major damage threshold, and if it was above 17, then I would mark 3. Right now, I am in danger of taking 2 HP, but I'm going to spend one of my armor things to reduce that by a threshold, to turn it into a minor hit, and mark only 1 HP instead of 2.
And how many armor?
I have 4 armor points.
You have 4 armor?
Yeah.
What the
I'm wearing
heck?
chainmail.
She's a guardian.
Listen, I hear it and I get it, and I'm looking at my numbers and like 15 damage? That would have been very severe for me. I would have been in a very bad place.
Same.
Her chainmail is normally 7 and 15, but she is stalwart, so she gets a permanent +1 bonus to damage thresholds. So those both go up 1, and then maybe there's some other reason why they're up higher. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's no, I don't know. It's a filled character sheet, so I trust that they know what they did.
Yeah.
So I did say that there were 4. So the 4th one did not go into the melee with Kari and Marlo. The 4th one ran around to the carriage where Varian is
Ooh.
and opens up the flap to see Varian.
Surprise!
Surprise!
You hear, and then he's going to throw the dagger at you in surprise. You
Well,
both
all right.
surprised each other.
Wasn't expecting a third person in the caravan.
That's a natural 1.
Varian is just going to tilt his head to the side and let it go by his head.
The dagger pierces straight through the fabric and hits a tree on the outside, and some of the velvet slivers off as the
Oh.
dagger, because it can't stay in the tree. It's too soft. It just kind of slides down. I am going to use 3 of my fear for the 3 that are not near the carriage to run out of close range from you guys. They're going to run just at the edge of the close range, so they're no longer in melee.
They are now far instead of very close.
They are far, yes. Wait. No, they are still close. They're at the very end because you can't run further than close without
close.
doing an ability. Yeah, so they are no longer very close. They are close. They have moved away, so you can't get a stibbity stab. That is the end of my turn.
I have an uninvited guest. May I shoot him in the face, please?
You may.
Wonderful! I have decision to make. How close is it to me?
You can smell its breath, so it's very close.
So not touching melee, but close enough that a lunge might be worth it.
I can make an agility roll as a Qatari to scratch a target within melee range. On a success, they become temporarily vulnerable.
Ooh.
And like moving up into melee is part of your attacks. So it's not like a
Gotcha,
separate
gotcha.
action.
All right.
There's no move action.
Well then, I have a +2 to my agility. So I'm just gonna dump those in there, and that is an unfortunate because it is with fear. However, it is a 12.
A 12 with fear?
A 12 with fear.
That does not hit.
Rats!
So I gain a fear, and this is a failure with fear.
So the spotlight goes back to the GM because it was a fear.
Yeah, so I gain control of the scene. This Thistlefolk, seeing you going for your claws, it's going to lash out its tongue.
Huh?
And it's going to try to use its tongue and your momentum to use your claws against you.
Ew.
Knock them up against one of the struts of the wagon or something like that.
Yeah. Basically, put all that momentum back into you, so you take some damage.
How dare I am insulted and flabbergasted and insulted? Did I mention insulted?
Just a bit.
That is a 9.
A 9's not going to hit me. I have an evasion of 13.
Aha.
Oh, nice.
Instead of throwing you up against the thing, your arm and its tongue gets tangled together. It's very sticky. And you're not necessarily restrained or grappled, but you are right up on each other, and it's like, go.
What do you think would happen if I were to make a feast very suddenly? Would that be unpleasant for you?
Yeah. I'm going to use a fear to move the spotlight to the one in the brown cloak. Hearing is going to run over, see what's happening, and it's going to stab you in between the knuckles to see if it can get you to rip your hand back away from that guy's tongue. That's a 6. Instead, the dagger flips over backwards and bonks his companion on the back of the head. He's like, oh, why do you do that?
By the handle, I assume.
By the handle, yes. And I will now give this back to you guys. Who wants to go next?
Kari is ready to rumble with this. These guys are using deadly force.
They purposely ambushed us.
Yeah.
Use deadly force in response.
Marla seems to be holding herself pretty well, and we need to protect the package. She's gonna follow right behind that Thistlefolk who just ran up, and she's got her big axe. She's gonna come down with an overhand swing on this very small critter.
The brown-cloaked Thistlefolk.
Yeah. She can be at very close range instead of melee range as a giant, because she's got reach.
Interesting.
Yeah, treat any weapon, ability, spell, or other feature that has melee range as though it has very close range instead. 16 with fear.
I gain another fear. You do hit. Roll damage.
It's going to be 1d10 plus 3 physical damage. Ooh, that's good. 12 physical damage.
That is my threshold for severe harm.
Nice.
Ooh.
So I take 3. How do you kill this Thistlefolk?
It's a bloody mess. A big axe came down on a small frog folk. It's fear. It's back to you.
We'll get a string of hope eventually. Don't worry, gang.
Because you rolled with fear, you hear from above the trees the Strix Wolf. Rawr! And you, Kari, look up as you see big globules of drool hit the ground. And you see this thing starting to come towards you because something died and it wants to eat.
Hey, you just wait your turn.
Because the other 3 Thistlefolk heard that, I am going to use 3 fear to have them run away.
Oh.
Okay.
They are not going to deal with this. And you hear them go, we did the wrong people. Stop. Strix Wolf sucks.
Did the one that licked my hand run for a little bit before its tongue disconnects and goes...
Yep. And it stumbles on the ground and then gets up and it's just continue to go.
All right, that was weird.
But at the moment, you have the Strix Wolf coming down towards you.
Oh boy. Well, we don't want this Strix Wolf to fight us, especially so near the cart. I have this card called Unleash Chaos.
Is that helpful?
We'll find out. Make a spellcast roll against a target within far range and spend any number of tokens to channel raw energy from within yourself to unleash against them. On a success, roll a number of d10s equal to the tokens you spent and deal that much magic damage to the target. And then mark a stress to replenish this card with tokens up to your spellcast trait. I have 2 tokens because it's equal to your trait, and my trait is instinct, which I have a +2. So I have 2 tokens that I could use. I would like to use both of those tokens. So I have to make a spellcast roll. 16 with fear.
That hits.
So because I used those tokens, That means I get to roll 2d10.
Wow.
Get out the d10s. Whoop! Oh no, d10 down. It's like right in the middle.
D10 spotted. D10 retrieved.
Thank you, friend. 10 points total.
Takes 3 points of damage.
Ooh, severe damage.
Yeah, it's severe as 8.
Wow.
Interesting.
Very low.
It's not armored. It's not a tough critter.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
This dark purple energy starts to swirl around the dual staff that Marlo is holding. And as she does a downward strike, it shoots out a beam of purple energy that coalesces into a laser beam almost that strikes the Strix Wolf.
Ooh.
Okay.
Good
The
old
Strix
laser
Wolf
staff.
Yep.
howls in pain. It was halfway up the tree, but again, these are velvety branches, and so it loses its balance and it tumbles to the ground.
Can't quite hook its claws into the trunks.
Not a good scratching post, this one. It falls down on the ground next to the corpse of the Thistlefolk.
So right in between Kari and Varian and the Thistlefolk and the carriage.
Correct. It looks at Kari, looks at the corpse, looks at Kari, looks at the corpse, leans in towards the corpse, grabs its head, and then flees.
Kari lets it go.
Why do I feel like that was too easy?
It probably was, so keep an eye out.
Varian goes to the back of the carriage and looks around.
There's a deer. There's a deer in the carrot, None.
In the carriage?
I found you.
Oh, well, new carriage. Let's go.
The package is secure.
Oh, good.
The carriage just looks a little worse for wear. There's a bunch of dagger holes in between the flaps and stuff.
Some splattered guts.
Those can be polished out. It's fine.
Your horse is fine. Surprisingly survived.
Good job, Clopper.
But unfortunately, when you guys did that tight turn on the carriage and the wheel lifted up, the wheel spoke fell off. So the wheel fell off. It looks like it could be fixable with an action roll. Does anybody have finesse to tinker?
Vanessa's control, hide, tinker.
Maybe if you lift the cart, Kari, and then I can fasten it on. Unless, Varian, do you have experience with fixing wheels?
Not specifically, but I could, I guess. I have a +1 for what it's worth.
So do I. I figured I'd give you a chance if you want to roll something.
Ooh, yeah.
Could
Sure,
we
why
both
not?
help? So we both spend a hope to help, and we both add a d6, and you take the highest d6, I think is how it works out.
Do you want to make this like a group action type of thing?
It's different if you want a tag team or group action. Group action. Nominate a leader of the action. All other participants in the group action roll to make a reaction roll using whichever traits they and the GM decide best fit. They don't need to use the same traits. The leader then makes an action roll. Their action roll gains a +1 bonus for each reaction roll that succeeds and a -1 penalty for each reaction roll that fails.
Let's do a group action to fix then.
Yeah, let's do
that,
it.
that fits. I like that.
Okay, so the other option is a help ally. Spend a hope and roll a d6 advantage die to add to an ally's roll. If the ally has gained advantage on the roll from multiple sources, they only add the highest result to their roll. That's what you were thinking.
Yeah, but I like the idea of doing a group action because it's a reaction roll, which means that we don't worry about hope or fear.
Okay, that's what that means. I can take leader if you want me to. Kari, if you're the one who's lifting up the carriage.
Yeah, if I was taking lead on this, it would probably break it.
Yeah. Kari, please lift up the carriage.
Oh, of course.
Varian, can you position the wheel such that it's going to match up with the holes again? And then I will place the bolts to fasten it back up.
Do you want to just take the wheel from the overturned carriage over there?
That's a good idea.
Yes, let's.
Yeah.
I just said a wheel. I did not specify which one.
Oh, I follow and understand.
What are Varian and Kari rolling?
I'm rolling strength.
I would like to roll finesse to try and maybe tinker with the other wheel and help get it off.
Let's do it.
I have a 17.
23.
Nice.
You get a +2.
For my leadership, this almost seems like presence.
Oh, you're
just trying to manage?
You're
Maybe-
rolling supervision?
I'm putting the bolts in.
So that's finesse.
Okay, I will roll finesse. Wow.
You do have a +2 from your friends.
Yes, I do, but I am rolling an action roll and not a reaction. Total of 14 with fear.
Rip and pepperoni, friend.
It takes some time, but you do manage to fix the wheel.
This bolt isn't fitting. Stripped. I need a new bolt. Varian, get me a bolt from the other wagon.
Varian with a handful of bolts. Hands one down.
No, this one is also stripped. Why are you handing me like 5 stripped bolts in a row?
Starts throwing out the ones that are stripped and handing different ones.
Eventually, you get the carriage going. You have lost about 4 hours.
Do we have a deadline on this?
King Emeritus? King Emrys.
You should know his name. You're in his court.
I have been dealing with a lot of stress recently. Really needs this to be done as quickly as possible. These 4 hours, they're going to cost us a lot. Let's see if we can make up for it. Shall we travel through the night?
Ah, that is a terrible idea.
You're right.
Let's go.
There's many creatures about here. How are we feeling looking as far as numbers wise? Have we taken any damage?
I have no damage.
I've traveled this way several times. I could.
Oh dear, what is Cora doing?
I'm counting my fear. You guys want to rest?
But what does that mean?
I have 4 fear I can spend.
During our rest, you mean? Oh, I did not know you could do that.
I also
Makes
gain
sense.
fear when you rest,
Yeah, that's the thing, is that she gains fear equal to our characters.
plus a d4 on a long rest.
Oh.
There's consequences. And if there was any timers, you could tick it up.
It's true. I will say that you guys are 2.5 hours out.
It's okay, we press on.
I am a Wayfinder Ranger, and I have an ability called Path Forward. When I'm traveling to a place I've been to previously, or I carry an object that has been at the location before, I can identify the shortest, most direct path to my destination.
Have you been to Hush before?
Let's say yes.
Okay, you find the shortest path. Do you roll anything for this?
Doesn't technically say it. I'm happy to make a roll for survival and navigation if you'd like.
Nah, just for time, we'll say you find the shortest path. You guys managed to cut off about 30 minutes, so you get there in 2 hours instead of 2.5 hours.
Varian, you've been there before. What have you been doing in the cart?
Watching the crate.
Yeah, but like, you could have gotten this there faster. I mean, thank you for getting us faster, but you've been sitting in the cart the whole time.
Yes, it's very comfortable.
Despite it being 2 in the morning, you are let into Hush graciously. In fact, one of the guards that stopped you said, "My wife and I, we will take you in."
Thank you.
You know that Hush has no inns. So if there are travelers, they stay with people as honored guests. And as the guard leaves his shift, a little bit early, mind you, they allow it because we've got guests. You meet his lovely wife. She prepares you guys bedding, and you lay down for the night. You have made it to Hush successfully.
Hooray.
However, I have fear that I'm about to spend.
You are? But we're safe in a town.
Oh dear.
Back at the area of the ambush, the scene darkens even more than the darkness of the night. The moon goes behind a cloud. The stars fade out. It is pitch black, and you hear off in the distance the sound of hooves and glowing red eyes peer through the bush. And that's where we're going to end our one-shot.
Hey.
Oh dear.
How dare you? How dare you?
How dare I?
How dare you?
All right,
Awesome, that
so
was
what
fun.
did you guys think? Honest reviews?
Lots to learn. I was a little confused with the magic stuff, but it was cool. I liked it.
I like it. I think I need to be a little more vocal and active because there's a lot of stuff that I would have loved to do because the Ranger has a lot of combat-oriented stuff. Although, I gotta say, rolling several fears in a row did put a damper on that just a little
Yeah.
bit.
I got up to 7.
I know.
No, I got up to 8.
It's good. maybe instead of you rolling the attack, I wonder if you can deal damage directly as like a GM move rather than like having to make an attack roll or like cause them to mark a stress.
There is an option to mark stress. Doesn't look like I use fear to tell someone to mark stress.
But you could probably.
I bet I could.
It would probably be better as like a fear result.
Yeah.
Yeah, so generally it looks like stress would be a consequence of a fear. So it's like it took you a lot of energy, mark a stress.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, when Marlo rolled her spell attack and rolled with fear, I could have said, it took a lot out of you, mark a stress. That's a good question. I might need to, because I have a list of example moves here, but it's clearly I could probably do whatever I want.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'll have to think about that because
So
there's
just
a lot of stuff you
presenting
can do
that as like another option.
instead of rolling.
Make a PC mark a stress as a consequence of their actions. There it is.
It even goes further in that description. You can pull the bear into safety if you mark a stress, otherwise you only get yourself out of the way. So you offer that choice of, do you only save yourself or do you take the stress and cause yourself harm?
What is it in Monster of the Week? Make a hard choice.
Yep.
Yep. You can pretty much use any of that stuff. That's all in the DNA here.
Do you guys have any other thoughts?
Very fun initial reaction, solid 7 out of 10. I would like to play more. That number will probably go up. I loved both of your characters, by the by.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
good.
fun. I like yours.
I felt like I couldn't really get into Marlo's personality. I wanted to be more crazy than what her character should actually be, but
That's the thing with pre-generated characters, what they've given us and what we choose to do with it.
I will say Varian did take an interesting turn because the idea of shoot first, ask questions later. If it can't be solved with a bow, it isn't a problem. And he didn't use his bow once because he's
Right.
like, this isn't really an issue. They're little froglings. I can drop kick them into the far distance. That thing up in the trees only really wants food. Cart can be moved. Okay, it's not a problem. We move
I
cart
think
out the
you
way.
exemplarily,
Yeah.
exemplarily,
exemplary.
ambushers.
Almost making him lazy enough that he doesn't want to use his bow unless he absolutely
Yeah.
has to.
That's fair. I thought it was interesting. It might have been part of the module that the wolf had its own motivations. It wasn't just like, monster to attack you.
Yeah.
Felt like that was good for the writer in that.
Just some fun stuff. If you plan on playing this, don't listen to this. This comment.
Spoilers for the end of this, apparently.
Spoilers for the Strix Wolf. If you rolled a success, the Strix Wolf calmly tries to keep her pups out of danger. But the thing is, you didn't let me finish reading my thing, so you never learned about the pups until after you did stuff.
Narratively worked out well. It was just like,
Oh, yeah.
there's a threat, run up. And then it was just like, then we see as we get closer.
Because you did a success, you scared it to make it back off. That was your success. So it wasn't going to approach. It was just going to keep the pups out of the way. On a failure, the Strix Wolf will snarl and snap angrily at you guys for basically interrupting and trying to protect the pups. However, the critical success, it says, describe the Strix Wolf moving towards the PC, head down, tail wagging, it sits in front of them. Like a puppy.
Yeah.
We could have had a doggo friend.
Maybe it would have protected us from the deer.
Oh, maybe.
Although probably not if it took 8 points of damage and severe damage.
Yeah. Everything in these woods is a hybrid creature. That looks like a regular deer. Do not ask any more questions.
Just keep walking, don't look at it in his eyes.
But what's it a hybrid of? I said don't ask.
The hybrid part is the evil darkness within.
It's hybrid with E.
Evil. Evil.
It's Deervil.
I was imagining like this cloud of like dark energy just emanating from it, and that's what made the moon hide behind a cloud and the stars to go dim and all that jazz. Just emanates dark aura.
It's canon now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so from the GM side, it was really fun to play with you guys. You guys did a wonderful job.
You did a good job running.
Yeah.
Thank you. I will say, this was hard. It's close enough to D&D so I had things to fall back on, but it was much harder to run than I expected.
It sounds like it has a very different feel from the GM side.
Yes. It was really interesting to be rolling D20s against your D12s.
Yes.
I think I would have to maybe run it a few more times and maybe play as a player to give like a full, like, this is how I feel about Daggerheart. Right now I'm sitting at 5 out of 10, which for me is about, yeah, you know what? It's a thing.
I mean, it's like your soda.
A good, solid first impression.
You would drink the soda again.
I watched 400 hours of Critical Role before I even thought, hey, I think I could play D&D. So
True story.
the fact that I read this 2 weeks ago and went, I guess I can do something is a big step for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Praise me more.
You hear that, Critical Role? We need 400 hours of Daggerheart stat.
Yes, you do.
Oh dear.
But yeah, it was very interesting, and I would run it again to get a solid answer.
You know, for only having like, I don't even think it was 2 weeks prep. I think you gave yourself like a week of prep. I think you did great.
Thanks.
Yeah. You're able to leverage some experience with Powered by the Apocalypse games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've run 5 games.
Yeah, a good handful.
So anyway,
The tricky things I find are keeping like the distances in mind. Their names, I have opinions about. I feel like very close confuses in my brain.
yeah, I would change it to intimate, near, far, wherever you are. The other thing is that Powered by the Apocalypse has 3 options. So it's like failure, mixed success, and then when you get advanced, you can have like a quote unquote crit. This one has 5. So you've got the crit, succeed with hope, succeed with fear, fail with hope, fail with fear. So there's 5 different levels of you do the thing or you do not do the thing.
Of outcomes.
That's kind of where I was like, this is a whole nother level of what do I do now?
Which I don't know if we discussed it, and it never came up as we rolled. A critical was if we were to roll our d12s and both numbers were identical. No matter what the number was, a 1 through a 12, if the dice matched each other, then it was a critical hit.
Double 1s, double 12s, and anything in between. Wild. You're critting more often than a normal d20, but I don't think it's by much more. I think it's like 8% instead of 5%,
Right.
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to us. If we ever release this in the bed bugs and they're gone.
Don't say those words.
You speak the evil into existence. Only 2 days after the last treatment.
Evil insect, be gone!
No infestation cast here. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good day and drink water. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to Power Word Crit. If you enjoyed our episode, tell your favorite kobold about us. Follow us on Facebook, tweet us at PowerWordCrit, send us an email at powerwordcrit@gmail.com, and check out our website, powerwordcrit.com, for character art and bios.